All right, we are live. Welcome to the Spinning Backfist MMA show for Friday, May 1st, UFC Australia edition. We're talking about tomorrow morning's card. Feels weird to say that, not tomorrow night. It's Robbie Fox and Jack Mack, as always. And we are here, brought to you by our good friends at DraftKings. Oh, DraftKings. Should we use this one?
No, I'm about to up. Here, 1 second.
All right, everyone, please hold. We're about to hit this, and our friends at DraftKings are the best.
Well, are the best.
Shout them out here.
Here.
What, this one?
About to go. This one.
This one. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. With DraftKings this weekend, UFC 328 also coming up. They make every fight night mean more. When a fighter steps into the octagon, everything they've built comes down to this moment. Stars explode, stars finish, and with DraftKings, you're ready to move when they do. Bet fighter props, bet live from the opening bell to the final horn. Every strike, every takedown, and every finish attempt matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps you connected as the action unfolds. New DraftKings customers bet just $5, and you will get 100 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BACKFIST so you're ready for the moment. That's code BACKFIST with new DraftKings customers to turn $5 into $100 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Great stuff, courtesy of our friends at DraftKings. You see it over here. Code BACKFIST. Bet $5, you'll get 100 instantly. It's great stuff. Great deal.
Hey, the only advertiser we'd cut ourselves in half. You can't really even see. It's kind of like a old school.
Got to peek over.
Yeah, or like it. I feel like there's been album covers where it's just like something goes across the eyes.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out DK, and obviously Dave is at the Royal Oaks right now or something.
Kentucky Oaks, I think.
Kentucky Oaks, and tomorrow's the Derby. DK horse is available. I don't know if it may depend on your state, but yeah, if you have DK horse, get involved. I think Dave just tweeted out a very specific promo that helps you get involved. So yeah, if you are looking to get involved in the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, make sure to use DK horse.
Of course. Already in the chat, our guy Pillowhands Gaethje's in there. Our guy Abraham's in there. Jesse's in there. Pillowhands Gaethje, you see that little pussy Rodtang get slept, he says.
I'm not going to call
crazy. I did see that. It was nuts. He was being cocky right before it, too. He's hitting himself in the face. He's laughing. And then, yeah, seeing him get slept was crazy. Not completely slept, but TKO'd.
Yeah, no, I will not be calling Rodtang a pussy, but if Pillowhands Gaethje wants to, that is up to him. I still think Pillowhands Gaethje and Hot Billy are the same person, but I guess we'll.
Hey, speak of the devil, you say his name and he appears. Hot Billy, congrats on your brown belt. Saw that. Thanks, Hot Billy. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, and then okay, so news-wise, Paddy BSD got announced.
Huge. July 11th, International Fight Week. Paddy, the way he teased it with the beret and the French baguette was very funny as well. Just like what a ridiculous visual, but hell of a fight. Very excited for that. Interesting matchup as well. BSD obviously has the power punching abilities. Paddy has the grappling abilities. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, and BSD also an elite grappler as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who, and both are very physical. That's going to be a great fight. International Fight Week. Ariel Helwani, shout out Z Smitty. I feel like I've never seen Z Smitty in the chat before. What's up? What's up?
I think he might have been in there before. I think I.
But shout out Abraham of course. Calling Rodtang, of course, as well. We did not.
I was just reading Pillowhands Gaethje's comment. I would never.
That being said, Ariel still saying that McGregor-Holloway is the goal for that International Fight Week main event, and then after that, Ian Gary Islam, which would be in Philly. So I mean, we'll see.
That's the August card, right? Yeah,
we've been there before. But hey, it's May 1st. If they're still confident that's going to happen, I mean, I guess Ariel could have bad sources, but he usually doesn't.
No,
I mean, I would say it's a decent chance that we see McGregor-Holloway, which would be huge.
I know. It's crazy. At 170, you would have to imagine. Obviously, McGregor's not making 155 again. So seeing Holloway go up to 170 to fight McGregor is just wild to think about.
Are you guys going to bring a third just two for a time being? If we've been thinking about some guests, so maybe we'll try to reach out for some people. If you guys like some people, I know
it'd be fun to get a guest next week. Obviously, a big card coming up.
Yeah, maybe we can get a guest next week, and then
well, we will have a lot of interviews next week as well. Media day coming to
Newark. Guest for next week.
We're
and then
prepped.
It's always fun. I mean, we like to do it just us two as well, but a third can always be fun. Interview and but yeah, no, Jerry would be a good special. Yeah, we could get Jerry. And then
this is is this Hot Billy?
I'm trying to get Esteban Ribovic's TKO. Love your show.
Is that Hot Billy? That's not Ribovic.
Hey, if you are Esteban Ribovic's TKO and you're really not like you really do like our should start taking callers. That would be risky, but we could try it.
Call it maybe voicemails. Hot Billy, you can't give that guy a live mic, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can't. There's just no way.
Pillahands gate you with a live mic.
Now, Jesse Adams, Abraham would be great. Z Schmidt.
I trust both of them. And listen, I love Hot Billy and I love Pillahands Gaethje. I just recognize they have the ability to take this whole operation down.
Look at this. Hot Billy Forever said guilty on Ribovic's. Why did he pick Ribovic's as like his? Oh my God! Start taking callers, please. I'll literally get fired from my job. We may get fired.
Jesse says Hot Billy would pull a Ben Mintz.
Obviously, a lot of hype for next week. Strickland, Hamzat, they're going back and forth. And then
that's like I want to say the biggest MMA news story of the week is Sean Strickland is threatening to shoot Chimaev if he gets jumped.
Yeah, that started
I'm gonna take my gun out and I'm gonna shoot all you guys.
Hamzat said, "When I see you, when I see you in the street, like I'll kill you." And then he was near Strickland, and Strickland was like, he didn't pull up, and behind him, he filmed it in his like gun room, and behind him he kept saying, or behind him were all the guns, and he kept saying, "Hey." He didn't pull up on me, and then it's continued again. And Ngannou asked Strickland, "Why do you have so many guns?" Or no, yeah, why do you have so many guns? And Strickland said, "Because of motherfuckers like you that look like you." Like he
Ngannou?
Yeah, so Ngannou is training.
I didn't even see him involved in it.
Extreme. No, this was more like because he
wait, I did see this quote. Strickland said, like, look in the mirror or something.
Yeah, he was like, "Why do you have so many guns?"
I did
see
that.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah. This is crazy to say, but I almost feel like we're destined for a brawl this fight week. Like, I think they're staying in the same hotel, and like something's just gonna happen unless you truly have security in the lobby 24/7. I don't think anyone's getting shot. I certainly hope not. I don't think he's bringing his friggin' guns to Jersey, but who knows? Maybe he is.
I don't think
I don't know.
Can bring just unless he has like a special permission, you can't really bring your gun places.
You can't, right? Yeah.
But Strickland may have. Who knows?
I said to you, I'm going to be so mad if I get shot in the crossfire and we're at media day and friggin' we're trying to interview someone on the car and we get shot. I'd be so mad.
We'll be at media day to see if there's any. And also just seeing the times. Seems like they were kind of close in timing, so it's like it wasn't
like now. I guess they're doing scrums only, like they're not doing individual media and interviews, which does make sense to me. But they're like 2 hours apart, so I saw that and I thought the same thing as you. I was like, you should put Sean Strickland at like 10 a.m. and Hamzat at like 5 p.m. Just keep them as far apart as humanly possible, so we can actually make it to fight week. I don't think they will let them face off. Like they'll do it at ceremonial weigh-ins, I'm sure, but they're going to keep them 10 feet apart, I think. I don't like it's just not worth the risk with either one of them.
I'm going to try to go to press conference or the press conference and and the ceremonial weigh-ins, where sometimes I don't go to every single one of those when it's fight week, just because we have like other stuff going on. But this feels as if, I mean, I know you're saying we don't want to get into a war or anything, but it feels like you want to be in the building for something crazy to happen. Or
yeah. I mean, it'd be great content. I just want the fight to actually happen and not fall apart.
I would assume Sarukian's going to be with him the whole time. So Sarukian could do something stupid.
Yep. Yeah.
Is Chimaev still buddies with that war guy dictator?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Kadra.
Yeah.
Yep. See you there. Meet me in Saburo. But you know why I think they're the same person? You see how on like Abraham's it says like O, like it's a capital O, and then others, Jesse Adams, capital J.
Yeah.
Both Billahan's Gaethje has a lowercase b, and Hot Billy has a lowercase I for his first letters. So that's what my little detective work, that they could be the same person or on the same laptop.
Interesting. That is detective work. I would have never thought of something like that.
But I'm trying to think, was anything else? Corey Sanhagen, Mario Batista.
Yeah.
Second fight for them booked.
When is that happening? I saw that got booked. GM3 missed weight this morning. That was kind of talked about. He missed it by 4 pounds. First time he ever missed weight in his career, like 50 fights. Kind of crazy.
That will be International Fight Week. Yeah. GM3.
Oh, it is. IFW.
GM3 did. First time. He's had over 50 fights. I would assume it was the travel. Like something happened with the travel. Because, I mean, he's all the way down in Perth. And he's obviously the ultimate professional. He's a big guy for the weight. You know,
yeah,
like,
he is.
When you see him, like it's not like he's cutting down to 170 pounds, but he's a big guy.
Yeah. Arman and Tony Ferguson booked a Real American Freestyle match.
Yeah, and then Arman's also
that's a
has
meme fight
one
if I've ever seen one.
In May against like an influencer wrestler. So I think Arman's gonna kind of become the Goldberg of RAF, where he's just undefeated.
Yeah, maybe. The clip of Shavkat was going everywhere this week. Like in rehab for his knee. That was like kind of just sad to watch. Like this guy's gotten so much time already stripped from his prime because of this knee injury.
I'm really hoping what happens with his knee is all good, but yeah, I don't know. That's one of those guys that we may think about for a while. We'll see him 2027. It's crazy to say, but yeah. Who did y'all have in Aljo Zalal from Abraham? I had Zalal winning it. I thought after round 2, he was kind of cooking him into round 3. Because round 2, I thought Aljo looked a little tired, and then he got the back on him. And
there was like a momentum shift that seemed like it was happening for sure. I'm with you.
And then round 3, he won. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
But then Aljo I mean, Aljo, what a career for the guy. He made.
I know, it was a great performance
and clear victory. But I had
good post fight interview too. Him being like, "Put some respect on my name." Like I thought that was like a good statement made.
Yeah, no, I mean, how can you disagree with him? I mean, he's not a lot of guys fight for belts in both divisions. He looks like he'll get a 145-pound chance. If he wins there, I mean, he's a double champ. Crazy. And I know it's not like the classic double champ, but still, he two belts in 2 divisions, just spectacular from him. And he's been around for a while. This is a long, long run, and you just have to tip the cap. And doing that to Zalal was very impressive. I think Zalal will still be around. First 5-round fight, you could tell he got a little tired in round 4, round 5.
Definitely.
But I do think Aljo versus Murphy is the fight to make. Yeah, I think that's fair, Abraham.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I bet Evloev versus Volk looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much set.
Moments early on, when Zalal was on his back and I was just working through the guard, it was cool to see Aljo being so common. No, Aljo's just an amazing professional. and he's just so good. And although he had that moment with Jan and that weird the knee, but I mean he then ended up beating Jan. He beat Cejudo. He's a really good fighter. Aljo versus Gene Silva. Give Aljo an absolute killer. See if that would be a fascinating fight.
Yeah, I mean, I would like if they made that, I would max bet Aljo. If I'm being completely honest,
it'd be interesting. That'd be a hell of a fight. Pico versus Zalal.
Pico's not there yet.
I guess you could do Pico versus Zalal.
I guess you could.
But you are right. I mean,
it doesn't feel like Pico's there. And he could get there in a fight or two for sure.
Yeah, and also Pico's 31, I think. He's still young. He's a guy that can Aljo versus winner of Lopez versus Garcia. Okay, yeah, that's a good one from Vince. That's a good shout from Vince. The people who hate Aljo hate the way he fights, man. I mean, I guess, but he's not the most boring. He's doing backstage. Yeah.
He was looking for a finish. He was looking for a rear naked choke.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm okay with the way he fights. I didn't think the main event, on Saturday, was boring. I thought it was an interesting fight for sure.
Vallejos is a guy that, I mean, I guess you could do him against against Zalal. That'd be a tough matchup for Zalal. But Zalal's at this point now where probably every fight that he has is going to be tough if he wants to get back into that. Because if Zalal won that, he would have had a chance to be right there for a championship fight too. So, this Pico was working Murphy. No, I mean, Pico was. I'm with you, Abraham. I like Pico. It's going to be, I don't know what their plan is for him, but they think highly of him. Aljo versus Evloev is one of my favorite fights ever. Oh, wow. I mean, I thought it was a decent
good fight.
But I don't know if it was one of my favorite fights.
Not one of my favorites ever. No.
It was definitely
different strokes for different folks, different tastes. Yeah.
It was definitely a chess match in the grappling, and I thought they both handled each other really well. Evloev won, but it was a close fight. Who had the biggest ratings? Who's had the biggest ratings?
Fluff? Are you talking about the fighter rankings? Who stay? Is he saying who got a free ride the longest in the rankings?
Oh, ratings Fluff. I looked at Fluff as fluffy. I would
think
say
Colby had to have
Colby,
been, right?
because Yair at least has won fights.
Yeah. Colby, I just saw doing some interview. He did a golf interview. I think it was with Mike Heck. I don't know if he talked about the getting taken out of the rankings or whatever. I don't think he really cares at this point.
Also, I mean, Yair's got to get back in there, though. I didn't even realize it. He hasn't fought. Doesn't have a fight on. He hasn't fought in a year.
Did he fight at all in 2025?
Yeah, he fought Pitbull.
Right.
So I guess you could do Yair Pico. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd actually be a good matchup. I like that. I like that idea. Why has he been out for so long? Did he get hurt?
I have no idea. He's always kind of like a guy that just disappears. Remember, he's disappeared before.
True. And he is still top 5. I guess that is crazier than Colby was just hanging around, lingering in the top 15 for a while. Yair top 5 is crazy.
All right. So he had a left hand surgery on October 22nd, 2025 that he sustained on April 12th, 2025. But why did it take 6 months to get the surgery?
Yeah, weird. Did he think he could rehab it or something?
Yeah, but 6 months is a while.
I know. Yeah.
And it wasn't I mean,
be able to tell before
sometimes
then,
I get it. If you have a potential title fight that's coming up or something, you take the risk, but he didn't. If there was an MMA World Cup, who would win? That's a great question.
You would have to think Russia, Dagestan are the odds-on favorites.
Yeah, because Dagestan would be with Russia. And
although if it's truly a World Cup, can you just look at who the current UFC champs are across the board and see
Jan, Islam, and then the question would be who would Hamzat be with? And I guess it would be I think he's UAE now.
Yeah.
Brazil doesn't have any right now.
I mean,
except
Australia's got 2. America's got 2, although Gaethje is the interim, so really 1.
Well, Pillowhands Gaethje, did you really set us up for that? Like you can't be saying that this stuff. Inbreds don't come.
Oh, you can't be saying
come.
stuff like
Did you
that
set
for
us up for that? Of course, we're gonna say Russia.
It's got to be Russia. Even though it's, Jan and Micallef, they're the only two right now. Like, if you went across the board, they have the best shot at other divisions as well, I think.
Yeah. All right. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else you went through the spinning.
Nothing that I could think of. I haven't heard a lot from Dana in the last week.
No. And that's usually a big.
Yeah.
Oh, Yuri.
On the Eddie Hearn front, really.
Yuri called Carlos Olberg a stripper. Weird. Weird. I
don't like getting like sore loser Yuri.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, you kind of. Yeah, it's tough when you get flatlined, but especially when you get flatlined by a guy on one leg.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Pillhands Gaethje. I didn't say anything about Russians inbred, but good as Simpson. No, oh, nice. Nice.
You know what you were doing.
That's why we can't have you.
Abraham says invite Hokett to next week's episode. He's been doing the media rounds. I'm sure we could get him at some point. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if he's at the fights.
Well,
he's definitely going to be. He's definitely going to be at the fights.
That media day on Friday for the White House.
White House, yeah.
I mean, theoretically, he should be there. Last time I was supposed to get him in Miami, and that was when he got pulled from like the rest of the media day. And then
he was doing his Vato gimmick.
And then he ended up having the not resurgence, just surge of he became a star a few days later. But we've talked to him before. We have an interview if you want to go watch.
Bizarre interview you could watch. It's barely an interview. It's just him reading a bunch of crazy quotes and us trying to rhyme with it. It's funny though. And it's also, I guess the White House card will have a media day on Friday before the fight. So I'd imagine most of the fighters at that media day will probably be at the fights in Newark. I wonder if they're going to pan to them in the crowd. Here's the card of the White House. I saw Hokett did an interview this week where he said Mick Maynard, I believe, walked up to him backstage after the Curtis Blades fight and said, "You're Donald Trump's new favorite fighter." Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, well, Mick. Yeah, no.
Are you guys watch the USA 250 fights there, or are you flying home Saturday to watch at home? I don't think we really know yet. We did get approved for credentials for the fight week. So at least fight week itself, we'll be there, the Lincoln Memorial weigh-ins or whatever, the open workouts. We'll get to see all that. We'll get to cover it and put it all on Spin and Backfist and stuff. But it said, as far as the fight night itself, I don't think they figured out the full logistics of that yet.
Yeah. We would love to. Maybe we'll be I'm sure there's going to be levels of media where they'll have people very close, and then maybe they'll have some further. Maybe we get tier 2, tier 3. We'll see. We don't know yet. And
we're on the lawn or whatever where people are watching. That could be kind of an interesting, if it's actually packed and people are stoked to watch, it could be an interesting thing to cover. So I don't know. I feel like people would like videos of that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I mean anything. It's such an event.
I still don't know if it's going to be packed though on the lawn.
I guess
I just can't imagine wanting to sit on the lawn to watch the fights instead of on your couch where you could hear commentary and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe it'll be sick.
We're gonna see. We'll see. We'll be mobile or active, as they say. We'll be
boots on ground. All right. Before we get into the card itself, let's tell everyone about another one of our great sponsors here on the Spin and Backfist MMA show. That is Shady Rays. We love Shady Rays sunglasses. They are the absolute best sunglasses on the market. The same quality as $200 sunglasses, but not exaggerating. They feel every bit as premium as those at a fraction of the price. All the expensive brands, they could kick rocks. Meanwhile, I'm wearing Shady Rays to the lake, on a boat, at the game, on the job site. If you're going to the White House card and you're going to be on that lawn across from the octagon, you're going to need some shades to see the screens, okay? And Shady Rays got you covered. If you drop them in the ocean, they'll replace them. You knock them off the dock, they'll replace them. If you sit on them, the first day you get them, they'll still replace them. Here's the crazy part. They are actually premium. They have polarized lenses that cut glare hard, super clear optics, durable frames, solid hinges, and clean, classic styles that look sharp without trying too hard. If you're outside, on the water, in the sun, or driving every day, you need shades that actually perform. Go to shadyrays.com, grab a pair, and get sunglasses with lost and broken protection. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. So head to shadyrays.com and use code BACKFIST for 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. That is shadyrays.com, code BACKFIST. Try the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Great stuff. Shout out Shady Rays.
Shout out Shady Rays. Yeah. It's summer, man. The sun is out. We love
it's out today.
Sun.
Yeah.
We love the summer, and maybe we'll be on that White House lawn, not White House lawn, but the lawn near it. We may need some Shady Rays.
We'll be rocking the Shady Rays. All right, let's get into
Strickland Hamza beef, biggest in the last 4 years. Trying to think of another in Kent. Okay.
The beef. So in terms of like biggest, is it the biggest fight in the last 4 years? Probably not.
Beef though.
Beef like the yeah, probably is. I
DDP.
mean, we don't have people threatening to shoot each other.
DDP Izzy was pretty damn big.
DDP Izzy and even DDP Strickland was pretty big.
I would love to hear the chat. Sometimes they have some unbelievable comments. They always do. We love the chat, but like maybe we're missing one. I'm trying to think.
Helwani was talking about this in terms of like uncomfortable beefs. He said it was Shale and Anderson. It was Connor, Habib, obviously. He said Colby and Usman. That did get pretty like
Colby Usman. You could even say Colby. You could say Colby Farhag. Yeah, that was.
I mean, yeah, that someone got jumped, like for real.
Micallef Cop was weird. I mean, they fought like before their actual fight. It was very weird.
That was weird, yeah. A lot of beef didn't deliver. He said you're right for that.
Yair and Lopez, that was blowing up, but like they just never fought. So. I wouldn't say Dustin Connor was it, but like it felt a little manufactured in its own way. And
like in a like not between the two of them either. It almost felt manufactured on Connor's end to like have that hatred and that like, and Dustin the whole time is kind of like, nah, fuck you. Like your wife's in my DM stuff. Like even the biggest Connor fans, me at the time, we were like, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
yeah, no,
getting destroyed. Like, shut up.
Yeah. It was just more bizarre than anything. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's up there. Paddy Pimblett, even though they never fought. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, would you say Poton against Izzy? But it's like the beef was a little bit different. No. Like they just had a rivalry more than a beef.
Agreed. And like there was a little bit of the beef there, but remember like a week or two after one of the fights that there was that video of like Izzy posted and Poton's behind him at the airport and he's laughing about his face. Like that wasn't really the craziest beef.
And I think Izzy, like even when he lost and he was like, I need to train with you. You need to show me how you do those leg kicks. Like they're so unbelievable. All
right, let's get into this week's card. First fight on the prelims will begin at 4:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
Dom Marwan versus Kody Steele. I do sort of miss like the regular time Australia cards where you get to see all the crazy Australians in the morning going out to drink afterwards. Like that was always part of the charm of it. But good for them. They get at least a normal card over there. Kody Steele minus 185 in this fight. Dom Marwan plus 154. Any opinion on this one?
I'm a little bit intrigued by Dom Marwan. He's fighting at home. He's known as the Street Buddha. He's only lost in his professional MMA career to Quillan Salkeld, who we'll see later. I'm very much. It's so funny when you bring up Tapology on your computer. Your computer just breaks. So
I know, dude. That's been my issue lately. I just did the same thing and had to close it. They got to figure that out.
Like my computer. So if it looks like I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at odds or Tapology. But Don Marwan a little bit, but I'm a little bit surprised by the line movement in minus 185. Kody Steele's a good fighter. Kody Steele is a good fighter. But yeah, so this line opened. Come on, load. This line opened. Give me another one. Actually, Kody, there's been some line movement towards Don Marwan. So, yeah, I mean, fighting in the backyard, first fight of the night, tough travel for Kody Steele. I lean Don Marwan.
Up next, we've got the return of Themba Gorimbo versus Jonathan Micallef. Micallef minus 225, Gorimbo plus 185. Gorimbo hasn't fought since November, hasn't won since October of 2024, which he hasn't fought a ton in that time. He's not the most active fighter, but kind of a fall from grace for I don't know, could you call him a fan favorite? His story people loved.
Yeah, Themba, a true fall from grace. The Rock bought him a house, and now no one people think he's a scam artist. Micallef is not the greatest fighter either. Themba, he has all of the, but they match up very similarly in terms of their height and reach. Themba's known for those long arms, but Micallef has 77-inch reach as well. I think Micallef's a clear favorite, but Themba could be winning. He could just spam takedowns. I was going to look at fight ends by sub here and see if I could get something there. I'm going to look at it right now. So take either of them to win by sub, and you may let's see, we're on DK. Exact method of victory. Oh, plus 130 submission. I would have liked a little bit more, but yeah, fight goes the distance is minus 170. No, I don't see this really going the distance, but yeah. I'm not betting Themba though.
Next fight, we've got Wes Schultz versus Ben Johnston. Ben Johnston, I believe, making his debut. Wes Schultz, 0-1 in the UFC. Schultz plus 120. Ben Johnston minus 142. I don't know much about Ben Johnston. Do you?
No, I'm a little bit confused by this entire. Ben Johnston comes to us from City Kickboxing. He fought in Eternal MMA. He's a fascinating fighter in terms of he gets finishes, but Wes Schultz, I thought he was going to find same with Wes Schultz. I mean, the under here is under 1.5 minus 166. I mean, I think that may be the play here. Both guys. I mean, Wes Schultz, we saw him against Damian Pinas. It looked like he couldn't take a fucking punch.
Pinas knocked him out, yeah.
Weird. And Damian Pinas is a great
penis. You just straight up hit him with the penis there.
Yeah, a phenomenal fighter. He hits hard. But Wes Schultz, I don't even know. It was a bizarre performance. Ben Johnston's going to go in there looking for a kill. Under 1.5, minus 166 is catching my eye. The exact method of victory, submission minus 160 looks about right too, because both these guys, every win, or actually no, 1, 2, 3. So 4 of Ben Johnston's 5 wins as a professional MMA fighter is by submission. Wes Schultz is another great guy on the ground. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a side here, but the under, I don't see this getting out of the first round.
And then the next fight, we've got another Australian on the card, Colby Thicknesse, against, who is he fighting again? Oh, Vince Morales, who, God, hasn't won in a while. Vince Morales is plus 114. Colby is minus 135. Who is Colby's last fight against? He won his last fight, right?
Yeah.
Yes, against Musasa. Yeah. And then he lost to Alexander Taporia in his UFC debut. This is a weird fight. This is what do you do with this fight?
I don't know what to say about Colby Thicknesse.
It's probably going to be a crappy fight, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Vince Morales has caught my eye here, but I mean, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. I mean, Vince Morales left the UFC or got cut, then he's back. I don't really even know what to say here. It seems like they have a lot.
This is a weird. I think they just want the Australian on the card with this, and they threw together a matchup to make that make sense, sort of.
Yeah, but this is just such a weird. Like, these are two very low-level fighters. I don't. At least Micallef.
But Chad is pointing out that Morales has lost a good competition. That's true.
Thicknesse, I have never been very a fan of in any way. It's kind of just like it seems like he's fine at the fundamentals, but he's not very athletic. He comes, I think he trains with our Volk. Yeah, if I had to take something here, it'd be Morales. But again, this is a long flight for him. It's a tough spot. Yeah.
And then you've got GM3 versus Jacob Malkoun. Jacob Malkoun is minus 1450 in this fight to GM3's plus 850. Crazy odds there, but like GM3's not going to win this fight. I don't think he is, at least. I don't think he's I don't want to say he's not even worth a sprinkle here, but he's not even really worth a sprinkle here, especially after missing weight by 4 pounds and the chaos that throws onto the mindset and everything. It's, I don't know. If you want the under, it's 1.5, 2.5 rounds, or minus 180, 2.5 rounds.
So the thing here is Malkoun kind of, I don't want to say his pillow hands, but he just
pillow hands Gaethje?
He just, like, how's he going to get? I see the under 2.5. I see the under 2.5, right? And I see minus 180, and I think, all right, GM3. I mean, this is a guy that, like, when's the last time? I'm just looking at the last time that GM3's made it to the 3rd round. Was it against, what's his name? DeRitter?
Brad Tavares.
Oh, no, Brad Tavares. But, like, this is a guy that he's kind of a kill or be killed. But I don't think he's going to be – now, he gets knocked out easy, but he not really that easy. It's like Ollie is the guy who knocked him out. And then in his last fight, he was Dawkins was a Darce choke. Now, does Malkoun have the jiu-jitsu to choke out GM3 here? I don't know. So, I mean,
he might.
This could just
like
be
GM3. I like. I don't dislike the guy. I don't think it takes great grappling to be able to choke him out.
I think it kind of does, though. Like, his submission losses are to DeRitter when he kind of died. I mean, this is a guy that has like
Kyle Dawkins.
Dawkins is good. I just think Malkoun is such a great wrestler, and he'll dominate you. But I mean, I guess maybe a ground and pound. But I was gonna say Malkoun by decision plus 225. It'd be a sweat. It would be a sweat. I guess at that point, you might as well just do over 2.5 plus 140.
Yeah.
But seems like a GM3 retirement. Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked either if, like, this is a tough fight, tough spot. Malkoun down under. This is a tough. Like, I think the UFC was kind of like, hey, we'll pay. Like, you got $150,000, $200,000, but you have to go down to Australia. Which, I mean, good for GM3.
Where is this, by the way? Is it in Perth?
Perth.
I thought so. Okay. Next fight on the card: Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. Junior Tafa minus 218. Kevin Christian plus 180. I don't know. This is, I guess, sort of an interesting. Junior Tafa has been not on the best, not the best UFC career. I'm almost surprised Junior Tafa is still in the UFC.
I just minus 218. Junior to like.
I know you're not betting him minus 218. You're not putting that faith in him.
I'm looking at Kevin Christian and thinking he has decent striking. Is there a way for him to win?
I mean, how's Kevin Christian's like submission game, grappling game? Does he have any grappling game?
Yeah, he's decent, but
because Junior Tafa doesn't really like.
He's not a guy that's going to go in there and try to spam takedowns. This could be a fight that kind of just turns into a kickboxing fight and goes later. I mean, I'm not taking Junior Tafa. I mean, this guy's
There's a couple low level fights on this card.
Oh my God.
Now that I'm looking at it, there really is.
There's some like
this is UFC rough and rowdy this weekend.
This is like LFA PFL. Like these are low level fights, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're gonna talk about one in a second that like features a guy I like, but like it is a low level fight. It's weird.
No, there's a lot of them. There's one later in the card that we're going to talk about that is just unbelievable. And then the top 3 fights are good. But yeah, no.
Yes. I like all 3 of those fights are like the co-main event is a little bit of a slaughter spot, I think. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No, you're not wrong.
Then we've got what's up next on the card is the prelim headliner, 6:45 a.m. Robert Bryczek versus Cam Rowston. Cam Rowston minus 170. Bryczek is plus 142. I probably would do lean Rowston in this fight, but I don't even have the strongest opinion on this one.
Yeah, I would say Bryczek is a guy that's kind of caught my eye a little bit here. He was plus 205 earlier in the week. He's all the way down to plus 142. I may have missed the value here, but I think Bryczek could keep this close. Like Cam Rowston, he's had a great run, but it's and I keep doubting him. I mean,
right? Brundage, Trosky.
They like him because I mean he went in there and he knocked out Brandon Holmes in August, and then Petrosky, and then Brundage. I mean those are good wins, but Bryczek's a guy I think that, like, will be able to stand and bang with him, and I think Bryczek's pretty damn good. We saw him beat Brad Tavares, as a big underdog, and now I will say it's tough to bet a guy that lost to Ihor Pretoria. It's tough, but that was his first fight in the UFC. It was 2 years ago. I'm kind of intrigued by Bryczek a little bit at underdog price. I think he can strike with Rowston, but Rowston's a long guy. He is a long guy, and I just want to see but they're both now Rowston's 6'3", Bryczek's 6 feet, but they both have a 75-inch reach. So I could see this being I was even a Bryczek looking at DraftKings. Shout out the GOATs. Bryczek by decision plus 600 could be something that I could see happening, but it is Perth, the judges.
And then we've got the main card kicking off with Tuivasa versus Louie Sutherland. It's the one I was referring to here. Listen, I like Tuivasa as much as the next guy. I love a big knockout and a shoey. It's been a long time since we've seen that. I think he's 0-6 in his last 6, which is a crazy stat. I think it's the longest losing streak in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
He's minus 218 in this fight. Louie Sutherland plus 180. I actually do think he'll break the streak this fight, but like it sort of feels like Groundhog Day. I think I've said that a couple fights. I just think he's better than Louie Sutherland everywhere, right? Like I think he's a better striker. I think he might even be more athletic, which there's not a ton of guys in the division you could say that about. Just like Louie Sutherland is served up to him on a platter here.
I just think Louie, like if I'm Louie, I just spam takedowns. He's such a meatball. He just goes in there and just spams takedowns, take him. But yeah, the question is, do you have the balls to take Louie Sutherland? It's kind of similar to the Tafa fight.
It is similar.
But yeah.
Win or lose, I feel like I'm not in the business of telling everyone they should retire. But I feel like with a loss, it's like, all right, it's over to Tuivasa. With a win, it's like, all right, how many more of those are you going to get? Maybe just go out on a high note in Perth. He'll go fucking nuts if he gets a knockout and hits the shoey again.
Yeah, Sutherland just got knocked out. Literally a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a very good fighter. Again, all due respect.
He's the vanilla gorilla.
Stole that from Chase Sherman.
And Tai Tuivasa. I will say he showed some fight against Taliesin. Remember? I mean, it went to the decision and one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. But
yeah.
Like, he showed some fight. So it's still in there, and he's obviously in front of the Aussie crowd. I don't know if I can bet this one.
Then we've got Shamil Gaziev versus
Before
Brando.
that, let's talk Blue Chew, though.
Oh, yeah, let's talk Blue Chew. Sorry, do you have that?
It's cool. Like, I got it if you need it.
Yeah, why don't you kick it off?
Yes, Blue Chew. Our friends over at Blue Chew, if you're a lady or your fella or that person that sends you an eggplant emoji at 2 a.m. is ready for better sex, then you should be too. That's where Blue Chew comes in. They've been on a mission for years to get you bricked up, build your confidence, and help you actually perform in the bedroom. Their new arousal boosting formula, Blue Chew Gold, is helping millions of men have better sex in 2026. While most ED meds only focus on blood flow, Blue Chew Gold goes further by combining 2 ingredients for blood flow with 2 ingredients for mental arousal and connection. So you are not just physically ready, you are actually in the mood. This type of innovation is why Blue Chew Gold is the #1 brand in erectile function. Don't let your mind get in the way of a good time. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd for free with promo code SPINNING. That's promo code SPINNING. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. As always, thank you, Blue Chew. You've been in the spinning back fist business for a little bit now, and we appreciate you guys. And if you're looking for better sex, you know where to go. Blue Chew. And use code SPINNIN. That is SPINNIN.
The chat's been very funny this episode.
Yeah, the chat's been on fire. Shout out the chat.
I hope this is a true story from Abraham here.
No.
Listen, I apologize, Abraham. That's on us, but that's funny. That's really funny.
Abraham, if you want to tell your coworkers that's in the copy from Blue Chew, like they want to say that, we didn't come up with that, but we support like that. We believe in Blue Chew so much that when they send us copy, we say
thanks for pulling that up. I was on the wrong week there. The back end.
Mind you, I'm a sheriff's deputy. Thank you for your service, Abraham.
Gaziev versus Peričić, or Peričić. Brando is -120. Shamil is +100. Is this a Shamil spot? Get him plus money here. This feels like a 50-50
Peričić is just going to knock him out.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think either one of them are great in this fight either, but.
Yeah, I think Peričić is just a better fighter. I'm not really high on Gaziev. I think he's just kind of like, blah.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, I think Peričić will gets the win here. I actually think Peričić is decent. And Gaziev, I mean, he's a meme, but I just see Peričić knocking him out early. He's in his home crowd. I also think there's a little bit of a tip of the cap from the UFC saying we're kind of over Gaziev. I really didn't like how Gaziev looked against Waldo in his last fight. Peričić, this is his 3rd fight in the UFC, and I think he gets another KO, 3rd KO victory. And I think Peričić is a guy that could even take another step forward, and we could see as a decent heavyweight prospect.
All right, we'll see. We'll see on his prospect odds. At 8:15 a.m., finally getting into the late hours of the morning, you've got Ollie Schmidt versus Marwan Rahiki. Marwan Rahiki is -750 in this fight. Other than the GM3 fight with Jacob Malkoun, I think this is the widest odds on the card for good reason.
Yeah, so Marwan was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? This is the last second. He was supposed to fight somebody. And Rahiki is a guy I'm really high on. He was supposed to fight Jack Jenkins, and I thought that was going to be a good fight. It was going to be interesting. Jenkins is a tough guy.
That's a better fight. Yeah.
And I think they kind of just found a guy in kind of like the regional scene to come in. I think he's just going to get finished here.
Yeah. Then we've got.
I'm just looking at the odds under 1.5 -180. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Rahiki's got some long, but I mean, it's interesting. Like I thought this was going to be minus 1,000, minus 1,200, but here's the thing: Rahiki does leave his chin out there. And Schmidt has a fighter's chance. Maybe submission. Rahiki does have those long arms. He's decent on the ground, so maybe a Rahiki by submission.
Yeah. Then the final 3 fights, pretty good fights. Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Tim Elliott been on a really good run, 39 years old, but still rocking it. Plus 150. Steve Erceg minus 180, who won his last but lost the maybe 3 before that. Am I right about that? Erceg?
Yes. Yeah. He was on a losing streak. It was like
No Day Osborne, right?
He lost to Moreno. He lost to Pantoja. He lost to Kai Kara-France. He was on a little bit of a
tough losing streak. It's like 3 amazing fighters, the 3 of the best of the best. I do like Erceg in this fight. I think Tim Elliott isn't like going to be this crazy one-punch knockout guy, and he's also not going to be like the crazy like volume takedown guy against Erceg.
Kind of like Elliott in a weird way here.
Do you think he's just going to try to grind out like a decision win?
Yeah, and I also think, exactly. And I think Elliott, he's such a hard puzzle to figure out. It's 3 rounds.
He's a weird fighter. He's a bit of an awkward fighter.
He's awkward. Like, he kind of just like bounces around. We saw that against the Japanese fighter that has been tough since he came, Asakura. And he's been tough. Like, he's really tough to figure out and to land on. And I think Elliott he could steal a round or 2, and he can make this really, really close. So, yeah, I think I'm going to bet on Elliott here.
Up next, co-main event, Killian Salkild versus Beneil Dariush. Salkild, very much a showcase highlight spot for him. I think they're hoping for at least. Minus 485 to Dariush's plus 370. Does Dariush have it in him to pull this out and shut him down? I don't think he does, if I'm being completely honest. I think the time has passed. It's Salkild's time. I wouldn't bet on him minus friggin' 485 here, but what is he just straight up via knockout here? Oh, he's minus 185 still.
Yeah. I think he's been dropped in 1, 2, 3, 4 straight fights because even Moicano dropped him in the fight that he won.
Yeah.
I want to, it's a spot that it's like, I want to take Dariush, but I just can't. I think I'm going to take the under 1.5. I think it's just it's unfortunate, but I think this is it for Benny. And this is a spot for Salkild to really take that next step forward. And now, Benny's good. I also think there's a puncher's chance that Benny even gets a KO here, so. If he can get to round 2 or to round 3, I mean, I agree, but that's a really tough proposition here.
Then the main event, of course, Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. Almost to pick him. Prates minus 118, Jack Della Maddalena minus 102. I've been kind of torn on this fight. Been going back and forth. I think my heart says Prates and my brain says JDM. And I've been pulled in those 2 directions where I think back to like the Ian Gary fight with Prates, and he looked great at the very end of that fight in round 5. It looked like he was going to finish Ian Gary. But I do think the way Ian Gary was able to shut him down for some of that fight, JDM will be able to do. Like, again, like, not to bring up the volume takedown guy again, but it's like Bilal is someone who JDM is going to struggle against. I don't think he struggles in the same way against a fighter like Prates.
Yeah. So the thing with Gary is like he kind of really fights on the outside, and he's just really good at counterpunching and also just throwing when he wants to throw. Where JDM brings the fight to a guy. So I'm kind of looking at like fight doesn't go, maybe an under 2.5, under 3.5. Someone wins by KO. But this is a great fight, a true matchup. I keep going back and forth between Prates and JDM. I don't know if I'm going to take a side. But Prates is going to react to JDM, and we've seen Prates turn the lights off of almost every single guy that he fought, even the guy that he lost to. He almost knocked him out. This is JDM's first fight since he had the belt. Obviously, like first fight since lost the belt, I should say, which is always tough. But he's back home.
His gas tank's better than Prates. 5
but
rounds.
Prates has shown a decent gas tank, at least in my opinion.
Catch his second win. I feel like he sometimes gasses and then catches his second wind.
Yeah, I mean, what he did in round 5 at Gary was really great, but I wouldn't even be surprised here if JDM gets some grappling going, some takedowns going. Because
I think that should be the game plan.
We saw what Leon was able to do to him, but Prates may just be able to fucking catch him. So maybe under 3.5 or something. But
a really good fight. Like, you have to struggle through a couple low-level ones on this card, but I'm very excited for this main event.
I mean, unbelievable. I'm just looking at the odds. Obviously, -118, like you said, for Prates.
I could see this going all 5 and JDM getting a decision, like a +300 JDM decision.
Yeah. Exact method of victory, KO -175. I don't want to take that. But yeah, I just think JDM brings the fight to you. And we saw that against Bilal. And it's like he brings it in. That's kind of what Prates wants. And so that's where I lean a bit on Prates' side, but JDM's so damn good.
Do you want to put together a little parlay here, courtesy of our friends at DraftKings? Once again, let me remind everyone, DraftKings is where we're betting on the fights. The code right in the corner here, backfist. And again, not only for UFC, but also NBA. The playoffs are in full swing. Knicks went belt to ass last night. And you can get all the best playoff odds on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, where your winnings will get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Playoff stars turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up with them with a profit boost available every single day from the first round all the way to the finals. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs by downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook app and using the code BACKFIST to claim your profit boost. That's code BACKFIST. You see it in the corner here to get every day of the NBA, to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. As Jack mentioned before, it's not just NBA playoffs. It's not just UFC. They've got DK Horse. They've got a ton of odds across the entire
NHL.
App. Very fun. NHL, of course, the playoffs are in full swing over there as well. MLB, bet some day games.
UFL.
The best in the business. Even the UFL, yeah. Bet some UFL stuff on DraftKings.
UFL, I mean, everything, golf, you name it. They got NASCAR. Yeah, you check it out. And shout out DK as always. Can't wait for tomorrow. UFC, Kentucky Derby, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, MLB. It's a loaded day.
Yep. All right, let's put together this parlay. I don't know what I got this card, if I'm being honest.
All right. This is never easy, but that's the point.
This card almost feels harder than most as well. Like, is it too chalky to go Malkoun knockout? That's plus 110.
This is what actually we could do
knockout round.
We want to think, right? So this is what I would do. Oh.
What are you thinking?
All right, I'm putting something together right now. But I think this is a 5-legger.
5? We're going 5? I was struggling to come up with 3, and you're saying you already got 5 in the can?
We're going big.
What are you thinking? Lay it on me.
$135-1. This is what I have right now.
What the hell is this parlay?
Marwan Rahiki by submission. Peričić by KO.
Okay.
Madeline, JDM versus Prates, exact method of victory, KO. Malkoun, KO. Tim Elliott, decision. That's 135-1.
I don't hate it.
What were you going to suggest?
I mean, I liked like Marwan plus 300 knockout first round, maybe, but like not.
All right.
Marwan.
Let me put that in. What?
I was thinking Malkoun, but
okay, so Malkoun KO.
Either though, obviously Marwan first round knockout is plus 130, not plus 300.
Round and method of victory, round 1 KO plus 130. Okay, and then
the one I feel the worst about in the parlay is Tim Elliott decision. But if you feel strongly about that, I would be okay with it.
Oh, how about this one? We don't want to put it if we don't feel strongly about it. Marwan KO, Malkoun KO. I kind of like this so far. And then
I like the main event method of victory KO. I'm with that.
Now those three were only 7-1, so we want to get something big in there.
Yeah. I mean, the Tim Elliott one could be the one. Or you said Peričić
by KO.
If you wanted to do that, I mean, I'm not like I leaned Shamil in that fight, but by no means did I feel real strong.
That's still only 12-1. That's the crazy part.
That is crazy.
No, yeah, we're so chalky here. So right now in on my DK slip, I have Malkoun KO, Rahiki round 1 KO, JDM Prates exact method victory KO, Peričić KO. That's 12-1.
That's
and
crazy.
Then maybe a fifth we could put.
Throw a fifth in there. Let's get that boosted a little bit.
Fuck, what could we put? There isn't anything that was like we were jumping up and down about.
No, it's a weird card betting wise.
I mean, we could put Tim Elliott in there plus 150 to make it 33-1.
You could do that. Yeah, 33. If that's boosting it to 33-1, I like that.
All right. So we have two this week, but the official one is the one we just did. I'll give you the official one right now, everybody. Malkoun by KO plus 110. Marwan Rahiki round 1 KO plus 130. This is on DK, by the way. Exact method of victory, KO, TKO, DQ, minus 175, JDM Prates. Brandon Peričić, minus 120 by KO. Now, you could just take a minus 120, just regular. But I think that's the only way he really wins, minus 1. But you might as well just take it. But we usually, and then Tim Elliott plus 150, that's 33-1. Then if you want to go big, Marwan Rahiki by submission plus 350. Peričić by KO. JDM Prates exact method victory minus 175. Malkoun by KO. Tim Elliott by decision 4-1. That is a 135-1 parlay. So we have two this week. We're getting crazy out here. Peričić is the hot Billy lock of the night. Strickland tweet from 23 minutes ago. Okay, if this is bad, I'm going to check it to see if it's.
What could it have been? Sean
oh, wow. The UFC is trying to limit my interactions with the dog, which I assume is Hamza. Listen, I will say this now. I will not be controlled by a third world dog. If I find there's unequal treatment between our camps, I will walk to the lobby and wait. Control your whore or don't. I don't care. Let the chips fall where they may. This is America. You know what's crazy? Just to give you a little bit more insight for what's going on here. The hotel that the UFC is typically at for UFC Newark is in one of the most expensive towns in America.
It's a gorgeous town.
Morristown, New Jersey. It costs, You wake up, it costs $100,000 just to walk down there. Really nice. It's a great town. Great. It's
really
great.
nice town. And a beautiful hotel. Yeah.
Beautiful hotel. But they're bringing just two guys who despise each other in the middle of Moorestown, New Jersey. So, hey, guys.
Funniest place to like plop them. It's like putting them in like the Brady Bunch.
Now, if it was Manhattan, it would make sense. There's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Not in Moorestown. Moorestown's like a quiet town.
Quiet town. Good town. But, yeah, no. So, thanks, Jesse Adams, for giving us the shout there. You got the producer credit for today.
Yeah. All right. We will talk to you guys later, and look out again next week for plenty of interviews leading into the pay-per-view and into the White House card. We'll talk to you later.